the fascinating things for me is that there's a power struggle going on, not just for the presidency. Raisi was supposed to be out next week. He was term limited. But the power struggle is for the number one job, is for the supreme leader job. And Ayatollah Khamenei wants his boy, his son, in that job. Yeah. Why? Because he's his son. He's not a big cleric. He, doesn't have the longest beard there. And Raisi, an ally of Khamenei, was in the running. He was trying to get the job won. And now, conveniently, he is eliminated. He's out. So that's one thing I'm looking at. The other thing I'm looking at is that under Raisi, who, by the way, failed to get elected the last time he ran, President Rouhani, a more moderate guy, was president for 4 years before him. Under Raisi, Iran consolidated its position as a regional leader. It got much closer to Russia. It has this huge drone deal that they produce drones for Russia. Who thought a while ago that the Soviet Union or Russia would be buying sophisticated weapons from Iran? So he moved Iran into this new world with China, with Russia, and he wanted to get closer to Saudi Arabia. The Chinese brokered deal between Saudi and Iran. This was all under Raisi's guidance and on his watch. Also coordinating all the Iranian proxies against Israel, the Houthis, the Iraqi militias, Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas. So he was playing regional politics, and he was playing it hard. And we were asleep at the switch.
Ariel Cohen, and I've asked this of Golnar Montavani, our wonderful reporter on this. Let me ask it of you. If you go south from Tehran down to Isfahan, and the beauty of Isfahan and the distance there from Tehran, does the theocracy still have the support of the Iranian people?
This is a million dirham question. Theocracy does have support of people in small towns, of less educated people. But if you go into the cities, and especially in Tehran, and look at educated people, they either stay there and hate theocracy, or they get the heck out of there. A lot of doctors, scientists, engineers are out of that country. Why? Because they're being suffocated. The Iranian economy is mismanaged. I have friends who visited Iran recently, and they report poverty and collapse of services, and people are having a very hard time while this regime is playing global politics, not unlike the Soviet regime that we remember, people of our generation, how the Soviet Communist Party was running the USSR into the ground while the USSR was playing global politics.
Dr. Cohen, let's have Paul Sweeney jump in here. He wants to shift the gears a bit.
All right, so Dr. Cohen, let's step back here, and with this news that's taken place in Iran over the weekend, what's the latest political, military calculus coming out of the Middle East today? It just seems like we're just grinding this out week after week, month after month.
Yes, and what Iran achieved, I would say, its proxy Hamas, its proxy Hezbollah, has the U.S. ally Israel on its back foot. U.S., as I said, is dithering in terms of support of Israel, support of Saudi Arabia. Since the Obama administration, folks in Washington thought that we can change the balance of power in the Middle East and Iran will behave in a responsible fashion. Well, I don't see that. I see stronger proxies from the Red Sea to Lebanon. I see strongly anti-American policies and an alliance with Russia and China.